more piece I wanted to draw to your attention. The notion that you have these three queuing systems and they're all supposed to be used equally is again wrong if you think about how expert readers deal with text. Expert readers, because they have these representations of words, orthography, or spellings and memory, they don't have to rely on all these other cues, okay? And there's the whole notion of being balanced, that balanced literacy somehow implies that we have to have equal time for each part of the queuing system or equal time for different pieces of instruction in order to be balanced is, I think, it's more of a rhetorical term than a helpful term. Who is going to say that they're not balanced? I'm a fan of imbalanced reading instruction. So balance doesn't, for me, I mean, I get what's behind it, but for me it doesn't tell me much, other than that the person acknowledges that there's a need for word study and acknowledges there's a need for comprehension. But to me, especially when a child is a beginning reader, an emergent reader, whatever you want to call him or her, the goal is to get them access to the print as quickly as possible. And I think this is really needs to be highlighted for kids who come from poverty backgrounds, for kids who come from English language learner backgrounds. Every minute that we delay not helping those kids, not giving those kids access to the print, I think, is a delay that we can't afford. And I think we need to rely on what we know from the best research about how to get them to expert reader status. It's kind of like I've said to people before, all right, so you got a group of kids, you got two groups of kids, both of them children of poverty, both of them English language learners with not much literacy in the homes, okay, parents mostly illiterate. You got two groups of kids. These kids know their letters and sounds and can blend across a word quite well, okay? But they still obviously have issues with oral language development in English, comprehension, academic discourse, and things like that. Okay, but they have kind of got the code broken. These kids over here have been read to a lot, but no one's ever taken the time to teach them how to break the code. And they have the same issues with oral language development and the same issues with development in English. Which kids do you think are going to get ahead? Which kids are going to learn to be more successful? Which kids are going to become successful readers quicker? These guys who know how to break the code. Let's just do it, and do it well, and do it effectively, and do it efficiently from the way we know from research. And queuing systems is not the way to do that. There are no data instructionally to support a queuing system approach to teaching kids how to break the code.